everybody. I just want to make a quick little video actually showing the guitar. I said I would explain it a little bit. I got a piece of white oak from a friend of mine. I helped build his house, and he cut a bunch of white oak around his house and he was making it into boards, and I actually needed it. That's my dog barking at something, who knows what. I wanted it to make coal or charcoal for actually purifying distilled moonshine. So that's kind of why I named the channel Basket of Shine. It's from a moonshiner show. I think you guys know the one I'm talking about. And there's Quinn, he's saying hi. He's kind of nosy. But yeah, it's kind of a mashup between a Gibson and a Fender. It's got a Gibson rear here. Come on, pup, you gotta move. And you can see here, this is kind of Gibson Esch down here, you know. So, and up here, you know, I got a rosewood fretboard. And up top here, I made a couple of mistakes, but because it was a single first cut of wood, I couldn't really had much room to carve up here, so I had to put those nails right there. And I also made another mistake here. When I ordered the tuner knobs, I actually got ones for that go on each side, so I had to make some changes to that. So when you're tuning it, you got to realize the top three go one way and the bottom three go the other way. And you know, I waited so long to build this thing that when I reordered, I canceled orders and I had to resubmit orders, and then I just hastily bought this, but I made it work. But what I want to show you is the back here. Okay, so here's the back. As you can see, it's the first cut of oak wood. It's the actual outside of the tree. And then all the spots where I had to hollow out for the pickup and the knobs and all the electronics, I basically covered back up. I made fill, and then I made a plate, and then I covered it with like finely sanded wood. First I did like a rougher sanded wood that was like shavings, and then I put a finer sanded wood over that. And it's hard to see it, but if you look real close, you can see you could see it. And basically what I did, I took oil paint and I painted kind of like faux wood grain on the back. I tried to match it as best as I could with some burnt umber. But there you have it. If I get real close, maybe you can see, like, here's where the three knobs are. Then that line kind of goes up to where the amp would be. If you look real close, you could see it. But you know, like my friend said, I showed it to some of my friends and they're like, oh, it's like a rat rod guitar. And pretty much it is. You know, I didn't want to go too crazy as far as finely, you know, detailing, going super crazy. I left the neck quite a bit thicker, but it sounds amazingly good. It holds its tune really well. I did have a couple of problems. One jamming out pretty hard up here where this goes on. It popped the string off of the bone here. But that hasn't happened in a long time. So I think I resolved that. I kind of hollowed out the bone a little bit more so the string can't pop out, and set those nails a little bit deeper. But there you have it. I'm not going to go in a long drawn out talk about it. I did stain it. It was supposed to be a lighter stain, but it came out a bit darker, and then I put olive oil on it too. I haven't coated it with a clear coat. I kind of like it the way it is. And yeah, there you have it. Just a single pickup. Like what's the name of those pickups? A humbucker, like a humbucker pickup. But it's a pretty cheap one. I had to do quite a bit of wiring and soldering. It didn't come all soldered together. And yeah, I figured that out. I put those cuts in. Let me tell you, cutting white oak without really proper tools, basically I just used a Sawzall to make all those cuts. No joke at all. No joke at all. And then making this, and then I finally tuned it, refined it using just my good old knife, my good old pocket knife, and just put a line down there. And yeah, and I'm working on, I still have some stuff to do. I was working on trying to curve the fretboard at the bottom there. It'll give it a nice curve. But I kind of stopped doing it. I was working on it, and then I stopped. And but I'm just glad to have it finally done. I started this all before COVID, and 3+ years later, since 2020, I had this thing sitting in the closet right behind it there, and dropped it a few times. I had it roughly cut out, and I had everything all ordered. And then there was a while I couldn't find the fretboard because I got a tapered fretboard, and it's kind of like, it's a little bit longer. I guess you would call it like, gosh, what's the term for that? I can't think right now. Like a baritone guitar, but it holds its tune really well all the way up and down the neck. Sounds awesome for pretty affordable guts. And I got some Super Slinky Ernie balls on there right now. But yeah, I don't want to go on and on for too long, but there you have it. Pretty sweet, huh? At least I think so. What a process building your own guitar, I have to admit. And I'll just show the back one more time, because that's something you don't get to see very often, if I'm jamming on it. There you go, it looks pretty sweet. I put some whiskey on it too, that I got from St. Augustine Distillery. And I love it. I'm happy with it. I'm kind of proud of myself, not to brag, but so as my first guitar. I may build another one down the road, but I'm going to make probably one that's not one piece of wood. I'm probably going to make a separate neck and whatnot. There you have it. Pretty nice, right? I'll do a quick little up and down over. I like how the body came out, and it really resonates nicely. It really does. There you have it. There's some of my artwork I do as well. I'm an artist, so if anyone wants a painting, I got hundreds of paintings. I'm always making new paintings. I just did a sunset. I'll show you real quick. I'll walk through, don't mind the mess. Here's another painting I did. Here's the living room, my puppy dog. It's actually a sunrise. This is St. Augustine sunrise. Right there. Pretty nice. Did this turtle too. But yeah, until next time. Peace.